This is Bring Your Friend Up for the Prelude Day. And I think I'm going to make this a tradition, as I love it. We are going to sing a Liberian song called Banua, and the words basically mean, please don't cry.
Banua, Banua, Banuayo. Banua, Banua, Banuayo. Banua, Banua, Banuayo. Banua, Banua, Banuayo. Alana nani alana, alana nani alana, alana nani alana, alana nani alana. Nani alana.
All right. Never know when a little exercise is going to spontaneously happen at First Parish. Welcome to First Parish in Bedford, a Unitarian Universalist congregation where we come together every week as a people with diverse beliefs and a shared commitment to bring more peace, more love, more justice, and more joy into the world, and sometimes a little more dancing too. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whether you worship one God, many gods, or no God, you are welcome here. I want to say a special welcome to all of our visitors this morning in person and out in the Zoomosphere. We're glad you are with us on this beautiful Sunday morning. Here in the sanctuary, you're invited to fill out a blue connection card. You'll find them at the end of the pews. You can give that to the usher when we take the offering, or you can leave it at the membership table. We will add you to our mailing list. In Zoom, we will put a link in the chat you can fill out as a virtual connection card. Parents and caregivers of little ones, there is a nursery available downstairs for your convenience, but we are always super delighted to have our little ones here in the sanctuary with us as well. After the service, everyone is welcome to join us for coffee, tea, and fellowship in the common room, which is back that away. Visitors, if you see someone with a big red coffee mug in their hand, that is a person from our membership team. They would be delighted to say hello and to answer any questions you might have about the church. A few announcements today. Just a reminder, the small group leaders gathering is at 2 p.m. today upstairs in room 202, 203. There's a little misprint in some of the communications. It's 2 p.m. upstairs in 202, 203. The beautiful focal point gracing our sanctuary this morning is by the Rabinowitzes, and it includes, it is in honor of Sloan, who would be 8 yesterday. And they also brought Swedish fish, Sloan's favorite candy. Those are in a basket at the table at the Elm Street entrance. If you exit that way, you are welcome to grab some Swedish fish and take it with you in Sloan's honor. The last Lyceum of the church year is next Sunday at 9 a.m. in the common room. Carol Gregory is going to share lessons from a lifetime in education called How My Students Helped Me Grow Up. So join us for that. During coffee hour today, the lay pastoral care team will have the carrying card table out in the common room. Please stop by the table and you can sign like a get well card or a congratulations card or a thinking of you card that we will send out to a member of our community. So it's just a really lovely way that we can all support each other. Next Sunday during coffee hour, we're having our annual ice cream social committee fair. So there will be ice cream, courtesy of Bedford Farms. And then all of our committees will have tables out, and you go from like table to table to table collecting toppings and learning about all of the different committees and teams here and how you can get involved. So come on out for that. And then finally, June 14th is our last service of the regular church year. It is our flower communion service, so please plan to bring flowers to share with others. We're also having our third annual Flower Express that day, and this is where we package up bouquets of your donated flowers and we deliver them to the homes of first parishioners who maybe aren't able to get out so easily, and we don't see them as often here in our church building on Sunday. So it's just a really nice way to remind people that the community is thinking of them and for us to all stay connected. We do need volunteers to sign up for the Flower Express and help make this happen. So please look for the sign-up genius that was sent out in your email and sign up. And that is it for announcements. So now Reverend Annie is going to lead us in our chalice lighting. Oh, okay. Well then, I will lead you in our chalice lighting. Oh, no.
Our chalice lighting had been in my office, and I realized that about 20 seconds before the welcome and announcements were over. But we will light our chalice this morning with words by Andrew C. Kennedy. We come to love a church, the traditions, the history, and especially the people associated with it. And through these people, young and old, known and unknown, we reach out, backward into history and forward into the future, to link together the generations in this imperfect but blessed community of memory and hope. And so our flame is lit in honor of this imperfect and blessed community. And we have some brief opening words by Katie Romano Griffin. Come, let us enter into this space of hope and community. Come, let us enter this space with our sorrows, our joys, our passion, and compassion. Come, let us enter this space with the stories of our ancestors, for their strength and wisdom beats in our hearts. Come into this space, present to the beloved companions who move beside us. Come into this space, mindful that together we are building a future for other generations. Come into this space and let us worship. And we will sing our opening hymn together. You're invited to rise in body or spirit and use the slides for the words. It's also in your teal hymnal, in your gray hymnal if you need it, but you probably don't. It's enter, rejoice, and come in. And you can stay risen in your body or spirit for our unison affirmation, which is up on the screen or in your order of worship in English and Spanish. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. El amor es el espíritu de esta iglesia, y el servicio es su ley. Este es nuestro gran pacto, vivir juntos en paz, buscar la verdad en espíritu de amor y ayudarnos los unos a los otros.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Chumbawamba. Yeah, okay. I love that. When we talk about multi-generational connections, it's really easy to think about programs, right? Children's faith development, youth groups, coming of age, adult small groups, fellowship events. But the truth is that some of the most important lessons we don't find in organized settings, but in connection. Sometimes the most meaningful faith formation happens when someone from a different generation offers us exactly the perspective we didn't know when we needed it most. I was thinking about this recently while remembering a moment from college, a long, long time ago. I attended a small Christian liberal arts university in Pennsylvania, and like many college students, I was absolutely certain that I had some things figured out. Not everything, of course, but the important things. And one evening, a few friends and I were sitting outside one of the dorms after dinner. It was one of those beautiful spring evenings where nobody wants to go back inside. We were talking theology, philosophy, ministry, justice, the future of the church, all the things that feel incredibly urgent when you're 20 years old. And I remember passionately explaining how churches would thrive if people would just be willing to change. To change, I said. I had a whole speech prepared. The problem with churches, I argued, was the older generations, I apologize now, sorry. The older generations were too attached to tradition. Young people had vision. Young people understood the future. Young people knew what needed to happen. Gosh darn it. I was making my case with all the confidence of a 21-year-old. And as I was talking, one of the groundskeepers nearby was trimming a hedge. I don't know why he was doing it at 6 p.m., but he was. And he had worked at the university for years. And I didn't even know he was listening, but he spoke up, shut off his trimmer, and said, "Can I tell you something?" I guess. He said, "Every year I hear students explain how they're going to fix the church." Then he smiled and added, "And every year they graduate and discover people are harder to fix than ideas." And that's when he turned the trimmer back on. That was it. No lecture, no debate, no argument, just a sentence. And honestly, it stayed with me for 20 years. Because he wasn't dismissing us. He wasn't saying our ideas didn't matter. He wasn't saying young people shouldn't challenge institutions or imagine something better. He was simply offering the kind of wisdom that comes from having lived long enough to know that people are complicated. Communities can be messy, and transformation usually happens more slowly than we'd like. Some people bring energy, imagination, questioning, courage, and vision. They challenge stagnation. They remind us that the world can still change. And then others bring perspective, memory, steadiness, and wisdom earned through lived experience. They remind us that every generation inherits truths from those who came before. Most of us, at different moments in our lives, bring a little bit of both. And somewhere in the middle, all of us are trying to figure it out together. And that's what makes congregational life sacred. In most places in modern society, generations are separated from one another. Children go in one direction, teenagers another, adults go to work, elders can be isolated. We live increasingly fragmented lives. But church can become one of the rare places where generations genuinely encounter one another. Not as demographics, not as targets, not as programs, but as people. And when that happens, something holy emerges. A child learns they matter because an unrelated adult remembers their name every Sunday. A teenager realizes adulthood doesn't mean abandoning compassion. A young parent discovers they are not alone. An elder discovers that they are still needed, still teaching, still shaping the future simply by showing up. That is faith development. Not just lessons, not just curriculum binders. I got rid of those. Not just classrooms. It's relationships. It's witnessing each other's lives. It's becoming a people together. And maybe that's one of the quiet miracles of Unitarian Universalism. We believe that truths, revelation, wisdom is ongoing, which means sometimes truth arrives through a child asking what seems like an impossible question. Sometimes through a teenager refusing injustice. Sometimes through an elder telling a story for the 100th time because buried inside it is a piece of survival wisdom. And occasionally through a groundskeeper trimming the hedges. And thank goodness for that, because we need each other, not someday, but right now. Take a breath. Here we go. Chumbawamba. Nope. Come on. But this morning, I want to recognize and celebrate our faith development helpers, particularly our high school youth who have truly stepped up this year in such meaningful ways. Week after week, they've shown up downstairs, ready to help, connected, full of caffeine, and led with kindness and care. And at this time, I would like to call up Sophie Isabel, Corinna, and now. Come to this front step. Don't you block me. I'm just joking. They've built a genuine relationship with the younger children, helping guide and contain the energy in the room while also making our time together lively, welcoming, and fun. What's been especially beautiful to witness is the way that they model community simply by being present. And I mean it. These teens show up for our kids. The younger kids look up to them, they laugh with them, and feel seen by them, which is most important. Their willingness to serve, to encourage, and participate has helped create an environment where children feel safe to be themselves and excited to return. Faith development is never built by one person alone. It takes a community willing to show up for one another. And these youth helpers have embodied that spirit this year, and I'm deeply, deeply, deeply grateful for the joy, patience, humor, and heart they continue to bring into these spaces. Now the youth can remain here as I invite Reverend Annie up to continue our time of appreciation.
Sorry. Surprise use of the handheld. Are we on? No. Yes? Yes. Thank you. And actually, you know, this is going to take a minute. So you guys can go back down, but stay risen if you're up for that, because I'm going to ask more people to join you in being up. But you can like go back to your spots if you would like to. And I have another surprise tech request. I'm so sorry. If it's possible, could we get a view of the Zoom people in gallery so we can see them too? Because I want to include them in this part if it's possible.
Ooh. Oh, God.
You guys are the best. Thank you. Incredible. Okay. So it has been awesome that we've had our teens working with our younger kids downstairs this year, and also so many of you have contributed to our faith development program, and so we want to take a moment to thank you as well. So if you taught building bridges this year, can you stand up or wave your arms if you're on Zoom, or give a thumbs up or something if you're on Zoom? If you taught building bridges, okay.
Even for one class. Yeah.
You know, yes, I knew somebody was here. And shout out, even though he maybe is not in the room, to Peter Cho, who did a really, yeah, we see that, thank you, yeah. Yeah, the Building Bridges kids started clapping because they know Peter was really showing up, but not just Peter. Okay, and stay up if you don't mind, or stay with your, yeah, we got a hand up from Melinda on there, yeah. So what about if you taught coming of age with me, which I know I've already thanked you, but Carlo and Bob did such an incredible job this year at coming of age. We had Dorothy Anderson Prowlis. I don't know if Dorothy's here, but she has been our like JYG helper extraordinaire. She has been our second adult like every Wednesday, just like killing it at junior youth group. So big round of applause for Dorothy for JYG. All right, and stay up, because more people will keep joining you, I promise. If you helped with SYG, so Mark, Bob still, of course, Cecil Mercado, Randy Courier, Dorothy again, y'all have been awesome for SYG. And like, these guys right here, they go above and beyond for our youth. If you helped with the kids downstairs, the pre-K to 5th, I know that was mostly our teens, but if you helped with that, if you helped with the United Workshop with the 8th graders, if you came in to talk to them about a justice issue, I know a lot of folks did that in our crew. If you subbed for any program at one time, I know Ted did. Ted helped with coming of age. I saw you somewhere. There we go. If you subbed in for any program, if you helped once, if you ever drove for a youth outing, if you drove for a youth outing. Oh, look, some teens drove too. We don't let the teens drive other teens, don't worry. They just drove themselves to it. But if you drove as an adult, because we had extra adults driving for City Reach, if you helped us plan a food for thought, if you came to that multi-gen advisory group up there in the bacon room, I know some of y'all did. Some of y'all did. I know you did. If you came to our meeting for parents about faith development, and if you came to a food for thought, if you attended a food for thought event and talked, come on. All right, yeah, let's see it. All right. Yeah. All right. So it really is a huge undertaking to build our multi-generational connections and to support our programming for all ages. And you all really are the ones who make it happen. And so we just wanted to show that this is a whole congregation effort. And there are, of course, some heavy hitters who really give it their all, but it really does take all of us to make this happen. So thank you so much for all that you do to make this a truly multi-generational community.
And now, if you can rise body or in spirit for hymn number 1064, Blue Boat Home in the Teal Hymnal.
I'm so sorry for skipping half a verse in those slides. Details are not my strong suit. But thank you for rolling with it. And on theme with that hymn, we have now a climate moment from Ginny Steele.
This will be a climate moment from a personal perspective. First, I have a confession to make, a confession of failure. I have, so far, failed at persuading many of my fellow residents at Carlton Willard Village to stop eating beef. Of course, that trimmer with the who spoke, Nate was referring to, had the answer. It's hard to fix people. And I have a picture that says it very well, a picture of a cow that says the elephant in the room is a cow. The simplest, most effective thing one person can do to mitigate climate change and environmental damage is to stop eating beef. My friends still order beef and apologize to me. That won't do it. Second, I'm looking for some help. As many of you know, I'm working toward getting a mini forest planted on the grounds of the Joe Blaine Farm Museum. Trees help the climate and sequester carbon. Native trees planted together in a mini forest become a functioning ecosystem that supports biodiversity. A mini forest at the Joe Blaine Farm Museum will show the trees that mattered to the colonists. You could see me after the service for a brochure about this and maybe even a book. You may find a way that you can help make it happen. Third, I'm not going on a cruise to Alaska. I've always wanted to see the coast of Alaska. I considered signing up for a cruise. I was even encouraged by some of my children who said, "Oh, you would love it. I'd be able to see whales and dolphins and glaciers." But then I thought, those glaciers are disappearing because of climate change. A flight from here to there contributes to climate change. I have so much joy in my life that I don't need to do something just for enjoyment if it has this negative impact. My conscience will let me feel much better if I don't go. I'm looking forward to a summer with a little New England travel.
Thank you, Ginny. Every Sunday at First Parish, we take up a collection so the life and works of this church and beautiful community moments like this can continue on and on for many generations into the future. So in a moment, Steve is going to grace us with some beautiful music. The ushers are going to come around and take the collection. You can also give online using the link on the screen or at our website at uubedford.org. The offering will now be gratefully received. May it be joyfully given.
Of all the feelings that a young person can have, there's one that makes life seem desolate, empty, and sometimes not even worth living when it is not there. Hope. Hope for the future. Hope to be loved. Hope to be heard.
When children are without hope, they are robbed of one of the most defining parts of their childhood. We must never underestimate the power of giving hope to a child.
The whispers of my heart speak so softly. Are they even there if no one hears them? My voice is so small and so soft. Can you hear me? Give us hope and we'll show you the way.
Okay, now I'm going to need some help. So I would love for our young adults, I think we have at least 3 that I spy, to come down and stand over here between the chalice and the beautiful focal point. And then I'd love our senior youth group, including all of our seniors, our bridgers, to come and stand over here in front of the piano. All of our senior youth, there's a lot of you here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Caitlin, get up there. Great, great. Amazing. So, when I worked at the Unitarian Universalist Association, I worked in the Office of Youth and Young Adult Ministries. And something that we talked a lot about, and you can spread out so you can all get up here. Yeah, you can spread out. Get everybody up here. It's good we have a good crew of you today. Some of you I haven't seen in a while. It's very good to see you. We talked a lot about what they called bridging, which was the transition from youth into young adulthood. And as we know, this is not a one-moment transition. Nobody magically becomes an adult because they turned 18, or because they got a high school diploma, or because they moved out of their house, or because a minister said some words and they walked across the stage. It's a process that all of you who are bridging today have been going through for a while. It's a process we maybe mark here as starting with the coming of age ritual and continuing to some unknown point. I know that there's lots of adults who don't fully feel like they've quite reached adulthood yet, who are much older. So it's a journey. But today we want to take a moment just to acknowledge that this is a shift for those of you who are entering that adulthood phase, a shift out of being youth in our senior youth program and into being young adults. And like many religious traditions who are in the sort of more mainline and progressive realm, we don't do the best job of making spiritual homes in our congregations for young adults all the time. We used to sort of jokingly call bridging cliffing when I worked at the UUA, because we would say that instead of having a nice bridge into another UU community, too often it was like, okay, hope you fly. But we are working to shift that, and here we have started with some other local congregations, a young adult group that has been meeting, and we had our first, at least first in my tenure here, so who knows, but first in the last 8 years, youth alumni reunion over the holidays, where we had some of our folks come back who were home for the holidays. And so we are trying to build more of that home here, always making sure that we're a place that people can stay or land or pop back when they need to. All right, and so actually for this part, I would love to invite up Bob and Mark. I didn't ask you beforehand, but can you guys come help? You don't have to say anything, but I would love for your extra hands. I asked Bob and Mark up because they've been so dedicated to our youth group. Including, toughing it we had a retreat this weekend. It was cold and rainy and crowded, but we made it. The power went out, which meant the water didn't work because it was well water, but we persisted and we had a great time. And it did come back. It's true. So all was not lost. All right, so our bridgers. Rylan. Rylan Nichols is here, and one of our seniors, and thank you for showing up, and thank you for all you've contributed in this congregation, for being part of our coming of age. We're very excited to support you wherever you go. Walk on over. Yeah, great. And Taylor Nichols too, is here. Taylor, thank you for your energy and your leadership. Thank you for being part of our youth group and our coming of age group and all you've contributed here. We're with you wherever you go. Go ahead. Tyler Muncie, we're so happy you're here. Yeah. Tyler, thank you for your quiet, steady presence. You were such a stalwart in our junior youth group, and we're so grateful for all you give to this community and our larger Bedford community. We're always with you. Julian, it's so awesome to see you too. I'm so glad you're here. Julian, thank you so much for the leadership you brought to our youth group and to our coming of age. I still always remember the time at coming of age when you were like, guys, we need to focus. We're not being respectful to Annie. I will always treasure that in my heart. And thank you. We are with you wherever you go. Emery Carroll, we're so happy that you're here. Emery, thank you for the leadership you've brought and for your gift of music that you've given to this community, for the ideas you've brought, and we're all very excited for the places you are already going and will continue to go. All right, I saved Now and Corinna for last because Now and Corinna have been such incredible leaders in our youth group. There was once a day when youth group was consistently Now and Corinna. And they kept showing up and just like bringing their skills and their brilliance and their love for this community in so many ways and being incredibly helpful. And so I'll do you each individually too, but I really just am so grateful for all you've given. So Corinna, you have been such a gem. You've given so much leadership and helped us to go out and do service projects that we wouldn't have done otherwise. And we're so grateful for all that you've given to this community, including in your work with the kids. And we are so with you wherever you go. I'll grab it. I must have left it on the bench. Sorry. Thank you. And now, thank you so much. You have been such a steady presence, always ready to pitch in, do what needs doing, always ready to show up for like anything we would do. Your gift of musical talent to this community has been extraordinary, and I am having a hard time imagining what in the world this place will look like without you, but we are with you wherever you go. And Janet also wanted to say a word as well.
Hello. There we go. 12 years ago, there was a little one in Kidsing, a very talented little guy, but he kept running into the kitchen during the rehearsal to get more cheese. Over the years, he was a big help to me because if I was singing a wrong pitch, he'd let me know. And if a part was missing, whether it was soprano, alto, tenor, or bass, he'd say, "Which part do you want me to sing?" And he'd sing it from memory. And he stayed with the choirs for 12 years, and now that he is a graduating senior from the choir, and I'm just winging this. We have a medal for you. And on the front, it's a whole lot of music notes. And on the back, it says, First Parish Youth Choirs, 12 years. So now, thank you for... Thank you for everything.
I also wanted to acknowledge two other Bridgers who aren't physically here, but they're here with us in spirit. Sarah Hannigan, who brought such important perspectives to our coming of age group and to our youth group, and Malcolm Castiglione, who also brought wonderful energy to our youth group and to our coming of age group. We are with them wherever they go as well, and they're here with us in spirit. All right, so now you can go ahead and sit, but we do have a little bit of an interactive blessing for our Bridgers. And you can go ahead. Oh, but Sophie and Isabel, you're gonna help me out. Okay, so this is a bit of maybe a bit like our youth group in that it is part serious, part very silly, and very collaborative. So we are going to do, and can I get the slide up? We are going to do a Mad Lib blessing for our Bridgers. And so you can see there's a list of words that we're going to need. And so we're gonna brainstorm from the congregation, and don't worry on Zoom. I'll be trying to grab some from the chat too. But we're gonna have our assistants come up and here's one. Am I gonna? There's another one down. So if you want to contribute a word, oh wait, and I don't have my pen. Hello. Which is really So if you want to contribute a word, flag down one of our helpers and I will fill it in, and then we'll have our communal blessing. So number one, we need a noun. Who has a noun? Cat. Oh. Okay. Well. Great. Yeah. Cat? Was it cat that I heard? All right, we got cat. Excellent. Number two, we need an adjective. Yeah. Gubernatorial. Wow. All right. Maybe we don't need the mics as much as I thought. People are shouting it right out. Okay. What about number three? Are there anybody in the chat who wants to give me a superlative? Do you even know what a superlative is? It's like the most, the best. Anybody in chat? Chat. I'm just checking. Okay. The most fantastic. Okay, great. And then number four, an adverb. Somebody in the room got an adverb? I heard gracefully. Okay, gracefully. All right, we got number five. We've got a noun. Who's got? Whoa, too many at once. All right, flag down. That's why we're going to flag people down. We're going to flag down a mic. We're going to hear it on the mic.
Snacks.
All right, number 6 is a body part. Ooh, Julian.
Phalanges.
All right. Phalanges. We love that. 7 is a verb. Let's go back to Zoom. Anybody on Zoom got a verb? Anybody got a verb on Zoom? We'll give them a second. Jump. All right. 8 is an adjective. Adjective. Got an adjective? Smelly. All right, smelly. We love that. Okay, 9 is another adjective.
Cunning.
Love that. 10 is another adjective. We are full of adjectives. Yeah, we got touching. Great. Okay, and then 11 is a verb. We got a verb.
Lope. What? Lope. L-O-P-E.
Lope. Okie dokie. That's great. 12 is a number.
Yes.
Okay. 13 is a verb. What about a verb? Speak. All right, love that. And 14, we'll go back to the Zoom. Anybody got an adverb on Zoom? An adverb, that's an L-Y word. An adverb on Zoom, anybody?
Gracefully? Yeah.
Winningly? Swimmingly. Okay, and then lastly, we need one more adjective. I think some youth back there have an adjective. Noodly? Noodly.
Is that an adverb?
It's something that resembles a noodle. That is a helpful definition. Thank you, Nina. All right, so that, we've got it. Sorry, I guess people were just more shouty than mics. But thank you, assistants. You can set it down. All right, so here is our collectively built blessing for our bridgers. Spirit of life, love, and cats. We are so proud of our gubernatorial bridgers gathered before us today. Help each of them to become their most fantastic selves as they journey gracefully through their lives. When they are afraid, give them courage and snacks. So they can open their phalanges rather than closing others out. When they are discouraged, give them enough hope to jump to the next step. When they are overwhelmed, help them reach out to smelly people. Smelly people in their lives for help. When they are cunning, move them to be more touching so they can lope. Help them know that wherever they go, whether they stay right here in Bedford or travel 67 miles away, whether they go off to college, pursue their talents and passions, or are speaking swimmingly, they are always held in a love, a noodly love, that will never let them go. May we all be held in a noodly love, nourishing, flexible, and we'll now rise in body and spirit to join in our closing hymn. Hopefully I got the slides right on this one. It's We Would Be One, which is a hymn that was written by the youth before the Unitarians and the Universalists came together. It was part of the coming together process of our faith.
Thank you. So, wow, what a great service. I know we planned it, but it was a good service. As we leave this place, may we remember that wisdom is not ours to possess alone. May we remain open to learning from those who have walked farther down the path and from those just beginning their journey. May we listen deeply, speak kindly, and make room for one another's stories. May we carry with us both long memories and fresh eyes, honoring the gifts that each generation brings. And may we remember that faith is formed not only in moments of inspiration, but in the relationships we build, the care we offer, and the community we create together. Go now in peace and gratitude and in hope.